Hey everyone, welcome back to Ambry Acres. Lambing season is right around the corner, which means it's time to freshen things up in the barn. Today we're tackling one of the biggest pre-lambing jobs, removing the old bedding and laying down the fresh straw to make sure our ewes and lambs have a clean, cozy space. This is one of those chores that takes some effort, but it's so worth it. Because nothing beats the feeling of knowing our sheep will have a warm, dry, and safe place to welcome their lambs. So come on, let's get to work. Today we're going to be only working in here with barn 1. This is the group that is expected to start lambing within a few days. So we want to focus strictly on... It's a big job, but hey, that's farm life. We gotta do what we gotta do when we gotta do it. So this bedding pack has been building up over the winter, and while it's been keeping the sheep warm, it is time for a reset, especially with all that snow we got last week, that massive few days of continual snow, and all the snow came inside the barn. It made things really wet. Old straw holds moisture and bacteria, which can lead to respiratory issues, foot problems, and even infections in newborn lambs. So we want to avoid all of that, and that's why we're going to be cleaning out the barn today. Much waste on the straw. We could simply keep adding to it, but it would be very inappropriate, especially at this time of year as we're going into lambing. This is why it's so important to remove it before lambing. We want our lambs to be as comfortable as possible, so that they can focus on delivering healthy, strong lambs. See, they're pretty comfortable, but it is wet and it's dirty. And it's not ideal for their wool, nor is it for their udder. And we have to reduce the amount of bedding that's built up for the feeding alley, because the ewes need to be standing in a straight manner so that they're not hunched over in any manner, because that puts extra strain on their body and they could prolapse when they're not in the right body angle for feeding. Okay, so now it's time for us to push the girls out, go out in the alley. That's it, girls. Come on. That's it. They're just taking themselves. It's absolutely wonderful. Once they've done this a few times, they just know how to do it. They're not even in the alley. That's it. There they go. Come on. Everybody out. Okay. So we got these girls inside barn 3 now. They're just going to run around a little bit till they get settled. Alrighty, let's go find Brian in barn 1 and we'll get the tractor going and get at it. So there you have it. Here's the barn. It's empty. Animals are all out, except for my little kitty, of course. She's everywhere, aren't you? Aren't you everywhere? Anyhow, this is the barn. There's no feed. Feed in the alley will be disposed of because there was an animal that kept jumping in the alley, and now there's feces in there, so that's no good. That's got to be cleaned out as well. The other reason we're going to be, it's mandatory. There's no other option. We've got to get rid of this straw. straw pack. These are our anchors for our lambing jugs. So this will be the wall that they are attached to, and it's going to go the length of this coverall, and we have to have the ability to have them at the right height. So right now the packing is way too high, so we're going to take care of that today. Well, because there's waste in feed, and that's another reason as to why we need to clean out the barn, is because it's costing me more money and it's costing me more effort through labor by having to clean out this alley, because they're hopping in and going to the bathroom, and it's wasteful. So we're going to be working on that to reduce the waste. So you can see Brian's joined us with the tractor. He's got the door open and he's using the spike to remove the round bale feeder. I have to say, I don't particularly like using the round bale feeders. There's a lot of waste with it. There's a lot that goes into the bedding, and the other disadvantage with them is that they destroy the quality of the wool, because the bits and pieces of the hay fall onto their back and it literally destroys the quality of their wool, and it gets through their wool and it gets onto their skin and it makes them itchy. It can be misdiagnosed, thinking that you may have a problem with lice, but in fact it's not lice, it's just the hay making their skin itch, and then they rub against the wall or the feeder or anything that they can get to. So as the guys are getting ready, Tyler's joined us now. I figured I'd take a second and just show you behind me the manure pack. This is what it looks like here for when we're about to start. They're going to have to push up some of the snow onto it to make so that we have the ability to add the bedding to this part here. Well, he's going to be using the tractor. He's going to push this up, and then we'll have a look at it later on today. At the end of the day, show you how it looks, how it's changed over the day. The equipment we're going to be using today is going to involve two tractors with loaders, pitchforks, and shovels. That's it. There'll be the three of us. The barn is 40 by 100, and it'll take the whole day. And I wear my ear protection because I don't like the sound of the tractors. I find them very hard on my ears, and I want to protect my hearing as I get older. We've got that barn door open as well. And I'm going to go to this end and open up this door now. Make sure that the air flows straight through and not down the alley to where the other animals are. Yep, she's still with me. She follows me around everywhere I go. There he is down there with the smaller loader, the smaller bucket. He's able to use that bucket to just open up the barn in order to pull out the first one or two sections of this wooden feed alley, and then the larger bucket will come in to clear it out. And again, I've got the barn door behind me open. It gives lots of airflow there, and Brian's just joined us. So the snow has to be moved because we don't want to put the manure on top of it. Tyler's just pushing the snow out of the way in front of the manure pack, and he's trying to take it down right to the concrete surface. That's a concrete pad with 3 walls along the outside edges to contain the manure. Oh, check out the steam coming off this here stuff, eh? See the steam? That's nature at its finest. It's working. It's decomposing, it's taking care of itself, breaking down to create all natural fertilizer that we can use in the fields. See the steam coming out of the manure, even inside the barn. Brian just moved it a bit, and it caused all that steam. That's the heat that generated from the manure, and also the odor of ammonia being released at the same time. We've got the 2 sections out of the feeding alley, That'll make it a lot easier now to get rid of this manure. There's an awful lot of it. And now the best part, fresh fluffy straw. We like to make sure it's deep enough so the lambs stay dry. Even if the ewes move around a lot, nothing's worse than seeing a newborn lamb shivering in damp bedding. That's not ideal whatsoever, because then it could end up even getting hypothermia, and then if there's a draft at any degree, then they could easily get pneumonia. We don't want that at all. A thick, dry bedding pack helps insulate the barn, keeps ewes comfortable during labor, and gives lambs a warm place to rest after birth. Well, we got the hay feeders back in, and there's a little kitty still. We got a couple of bales of straw. We're out of daylight. You can see the legs, how much higher the feeder is now. The animals will be coming back soon, but we're just going to get another bale and put it here in the center alley so they'll have lots of feed. Then we'll be putting the animals back and see how they look in the morning. That's it, girls. We're all done. It took so long. Sorry why it took so long. Okay, come on. Everybody out. That's it. Slowly, girls. Slowly. I'm so excited to get back. There they go. One after the other. Come on. Come on. Not so. Easy does it, girls. Easy does it. Okay. There we go. Almost out, right? Almost out. Bring all the way down. That's it. That's a girl. That's it. No rush. That's it. You guys get down there. I'm just going to do a little walkabout in here and make sure that there's no issues down here, because they are expecting. I just want to make sure that they're sometimes can get stressed when moving, and they are close to lambing. So I'm just going to walk through the straw very quickly, make sure no one has had a lamb unexpectedly. Hey kitty, all is good. Come on. Okay, everybody's inside now. nice angle in which they're eating now. They're perfectly in line. There's no angling. Yeah, we'll take a look at them again in the morning, but that's the better head position and angle for their body. There's nowhere near as much pressure on pelvis. Just take a walk around and make sure no one's got any kind of issue, possibilities of lambing. Okay, let's do a walkabout on the other side. Now we did intentionally not put straw right at the base of the feeder because we wanted them to have concrete. Just pull the feed out and then it builds up under their feet and it puts them on an angle that's not suitable. And it also is good for their hooves. It can keep their hooves trimmed, reducing our need for trimming their hooves and developing foot problems. So all these girls look good. Okay, they're all here. Some at the round feeder, and even the round feeder is much better. Okay, here we go. See these girls in the morning. And just like that, we're one step closer to lambing season. The barn is fresh, clean, and ready for our ewes to bring new life into the world. If you love following our farm life and want to see lambing season unfold, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We'll have lots more behind-the-scene updates, adorable lambs, and farm stories coming your way soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.